Assalamualaikum and hi. So for this project, we are required to map the model to relational database and provide with the data dictionary, write the Oracle code and also create a query. Our group consists of 5 members, which are Wan Muhammad Firdaus, Kinusha Shiva Shankari, Kuputri Sadatulis Faralisa, and myself, Nurul Azlizawati. Before I proceed further, we choose an online delivery system as our term. Hence, I did for a relational database. As we know, a relational database is one that can organize data in tables or relations, and a table is made up of rows and columns. A row is called a record or tuple, and a column is called a field or attributes. In these cases, I use a Microsoft Access to map the model to relational database. They have a several steps to create it, but we have 20 attributes, which are category, customer, employee, seller, branch, office, and more. So first of all, I define the purpose of the database. Then I gather the data, organize in tables, and specify the primary key. So once you decided on purpose of the database, gather the data that are needed to be stored in the database. Divide the data into subject-based table. After that, I create a relationship among tables such as one-to-one, many-to-many, and one-to-many. So the last but not least, what I did is I refined and normalized the designs. For example, adding more column, create a new table for optional data using one-to-one relationship, and split a large table into 2 smaller tables and more. So this is all what I did to map the data, to map the model to data relationship. This is what I did to map the model to relational database. So I will pass it to Kuputri Saidatulis Faralisa so that she can proceed with her part. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lisa. So today I'm going to present about what is data dictionary. So basically, data dictionary, also called as data definition of metric, provide detailed information about the business data, such as a standard definition of data element, their meaning, and allowable value. So data dictionary will provide more detail about each attribute of business concept. A data dictionary provides a tool that enables you to communicate business stakeholder requirement in such a way that your technical team can more easily design a rational database or data structure to meet those requirements. It helps avoid project mishaps such as requiring information in field that a business stakeholder can reasonably be expected to provide or expecting the wrong type of information in field. So like data dictionary provide information about each attribute also refers to as field of a data model, and attribute is a place in the data that hold information. Typically organized in a spreadsheet format, each attribute is listed as a row in the spreadsheet, and each column labels an element of information that is useful to know about the attribute. So that the most common include in a data dictionary is like attribute name, required, attribute style. So like advantage of data dictionary, it gives the well structured and clear information about the database. One can analyze the recruitment, any redundancy like duplicate columns and tables, since it provides a good document on each object. It helps to understand the recruitment and design the great extent. It is very helpful for the administrator or any DBA to understand the database. Since it has all the information about the database, DBA can easily able to track any choice in the database. Since database is very large and will have a lot of table, view, constraints, index, it will be difficult for anyone to remember. So basically, data dictionary help user by providing all the.
I'm Siva Shankari. I'll be presenting phase 3. So this is our phase 3 in our report, which consists of full Oracle coding for all our entities and attributes. Firstly is the drop table statement, which is used to drop an existing table in database. And these are the 20 tables in our report. Next is creating the table statement. So these are the column names of this particular table, and these are the data types of each column mentioned in the table. So for this particular table of seller, seller ID is the primary key, and here I have used the primary key in the column level. Same goes to every table, each table which has its ID as the primary key. So there are 20 tables, and after creating the table statements and filling in the column names, we move on to the alter table. For the alter table, we need to add the foreign key, which is the primary key for another table. For instance, for this table seller, the foreign key is the office ID, which is the primary key for the office table. Next, after altering all the tables, we need to insert the values inside each table according to the columns. And every statement of the insert the values, we need to end it with a semicolon. After the inserting data into the tables, we need to display the table in the output. To display the table in the output, we need to use the statement of select from the table name and end it with a semicolon. And that's all for the coding part, and here is the output for each table. Now I move on the mic to Ms. Kinosha to continue with phase 4.
Hello, Madam and Sinosha. I will be explaining phase 4 in our report. In SQL, there are DBL, DML, and DCL. In our report video, we are using the command update and delete under DML. Update is used to modify existing rows with the update statement. This is how we update a specific row in a table. In this report, we updated this product table. Hold on. These are before updates and after update. Okay, done. Moreover, delete is used for removing rows using the delete statement. This is how we delete specific row from a table. In branch table, this is how delete a row.
As you can see, above here we have the create table statements for our tables and their respective primary keys along here, and some with foreign keys, and some the foreign keys are put below. This is because some tables are created before the tables with their primary keys, and so we need to alter afterwards. After all the tables have been created, this is the part where we input all the data that we need. Here are the examples of the data. And lastly, we have the drop table statements with the cascade constraints. This is because some of the tables are created before their primary keys that they need to refer to. So the cascade constraints make sure that those tables can close. If not, if we don't have that, the tables will error and cannot close. So if we run here, it will take a while. And so you can see down here, the tables are created, and you see here the tables are altered to add in the foreign keys, and here the rows of information are inserted, and lastly you can see the tables are all dropped. And so this is it for the first part of the code. Thank you.